Alright, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High. And all praises due to Yahweh Shai, which is the Son of the Heavenly Father and the deliverer of the elect of the nation of Israel and of the whole nation of Israel. Okay? And double honors to the apostle elders at Great Millstone. Greetings to the elect brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity and not in vain glory. So, Abaratazah bring out 2 scriptures, quick hitter. Hopefully brothers be edified. This is Ecclesiastes in the Bible 3 and 8. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. Okay? So the Most High set up a time for everything, man. In its due season. In its due time. Okay? So we have a time to love and a time to hate. Alright? Now that time of hate we're living in is now. Okay? You go in the curses of the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and it tells you the many curses that the Most High put on the nation of Israel. All right, and one of the main curses was what? That we was going to go in slavery under our enemies, the so-called white man. All right, and the other heathen nations, the Arabs, Africans, more so-called Chinese, the Persians, the East Indians, and so forth and so forth and so forth. All right, and that even amongst the nation of Israel, the scriptures say that eye shall be evil towards thy brother. All right, but on the other hand too, we're living in a time of hate because the so-called white man, man. What is that? Revelations 12 and 12, man. It says the devil shall come down with great wrath because he know he hath but a short time. All right. The scriptures also say in the book of Apocrypha, the book of the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, it says what? It says he shall be like madmen, sparing none. That's that time of Jacob's trouble. The Gurkha troops coming in, man. All right, the time of, of war. So we living in that time of hate right now. All right, and also the Most High is very angry, man. All right, exceeding angry at what's going down on the earth today, man. You see the so-called white man shooting you so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans down in the street. All right, so it says a time to love, a time and a time to hate, a time of war. Now, if you go around the earth, you see all the wars that's going on, man. All right, you got wars over there in Syria. You got wars. You got the so-called terrorist attacks staged by the U.S. government going on in France and over there in Germany. All right, you had 9/11 and other various attacks all over the earth, and it's only going to get worse, man. All right, and when that time of Jacob's trouble comes, you're going to see that the Most High is going to bring forth that time of hate, man. All right, and a time of war. So let me go to the scripture, Revelations 11 and 18. So what time are we living in, man? You got to ask yourself that question. What time are we living in? Are we living in a time of love right now? No, we're not. All right? We're living in a time of war and judgment. All right? Revelations 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry. Why were the nations angry? Because the so-called white man pushing his philosophy and his democracy, all right, all over the planet Earth, man. And these nations are gathering up nuclear missiles, all right, to come to shoot over here and destroy America, man. All right? America owns China, all that debt. All right? America is going against Russia. Them nations haven't forgot the wars and the wars and all the conquering of the so-called white man, mainly America, man, that went around the earth and took the lands and the riches of all the heathen nations. And America's still doing it to this very day, man. That's why the scriptures say he never keepeth at home. He's always in somebody else's business, man. Look at the Arab world. He's trying to make them women equal with men. He's trying to bring homosexuality over there. All right? He's bringing his philosophy over there, his democracy over there, man. And they're mad as hell, man. The nations are angry. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. And the time of the dead that they should be judged. Who's the dead? The dead is those heathen nations in this particular scripture. Because they don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. The Most High didn't give them his law, statute, commandments like he gave to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. Alright? So the dead is talking about these heathen nations, man. It says, in the time of the dead that they should be judged. Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is going to gather the nations up for that great Third World War and plead with them for who? The elect of his people, the nation of Israel. It says, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, which are the Israelites. There's a reward coming for doing this work, man. The Most High is a righteous, fair power, man. Alright? Yahweh Shai spoke about in Revelations about that reward, man. To give of every man according to his works. That's why we got to do this work, man. Whether it be good or whether it be evil. Alright? It says, reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name. There you go, Nate. You don't fear the name of Yahweh Shai, but you're going to, man. Hey, GOCC, you're going to fear the name of Yahweh Shai. Comfy, you're going to fear the name of Yahweh Shai, man. Alright? It says, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. Who's destroying the earth as we speak? The so-called white man. He's the main culprit. Even though you have the other nations detonating nuclear missiles to test them and putting chemicals all up in the air, alright? The so-called white man is the main culprit. And with that, shalom.